Hey everybody, so I just wanted to pop on here real quick and share with you some information that I learned over the weekend because I think it might be helpful for somebody out there in the world. I know it sure would have been helpful for me. Actually, I wanted to do this video earlier this weekend. However, I was so fired up, y'all, that it would have been so emotionally charged. I'm not sure how effective it would have been. Therapeutic, for sure, for me, but probably not as effective. Basically, what had happened was this weekend I went to upgrade my cell phone. I was eligible for an upgrade, you know. So I go to Spectrum and I get in the line, you know, the infamous line. And I love how on the weekends they only put like 2 people behind the counters, as if that isn't the most popular time for everyone to have to run their damn errands. But I digress. So I go inside and I get my name on the list, and I'm like 9 on the list, and it keeps texting me while I'm there. You're coming up. You're next. Don't leave. Don't lose your spot. So I stayed and waited an hour and 15 minutes to see Carlos. I get to the counter, and the first thing he does is he asks me to open my phone, you know, with my security, pulls up a setting in my phone and says, I'm sorry, I can't help. He says, you have the stolen device feature turned on, and that prevents us from transferring your data. Basically, we cannot proceed with the update or the upgrade. I said, I don't know anything about this feature. What are you talking about? Well, it's a feature that Apple turns on. You know, it's to prevent people from transferring your data or wiping your phone clean if it's stolen. Cool. Sounds like a great feature. I had no idea it existed. I didn't turn it on. Okay. Here's the catch, y'all. This is what you guys need to know. And I'm going to drop pictures of where this setting is so that you can check it for yourself and just be aware of it. Okay. So the way that it works is that you can only turn it off if you are at a familiar location, familiar to your phone, as in saved as your home or your work address. Otherwise, you can request to turn it off, basically bypass it, but there is a 1-hour waiting period. Yeah. So the man proceeds to tell me that we could try the bypass. However, he wouldn't be able to do anything for at least an hour, and I would have to, you know, step out of line and come back. Or I could go home, turn it off there, and then drive all the way back and again, get back in the line and start from scratch. I said, you know, it probably would be a really good idea if you guys put something, you know, as people are checking in on this fancy little kiosks of yours to say, hey, heads up, if you need to upgrade your phone or you're changing equipment, make sure this is turned off in your settings. I don't know, seems like a logical solution. Or in one of the 800 million texts and emails and app pop-ups or whatever that you sent me about upgrading, hey, please know you need to turn this off before you leave your house and head this way, or we can't actually help you and upgrade your phone. I mean, these seem like logical solutions to me. Very basic customer service, public service announcements, right? Because, you know, I didn't turn it on. And so I asked him, I said, you know, why don't they tell somebody? Why don't you give it a warning? I said, if you had put that at the kiosk, I could have turned it off when I checked in. I was here for an hour and 15 minutes. We would have already bypassed that issue and we'd be good to go. He's like, well, we don't know if you have it turned on or not. So he goes, well, Apple sets it by default. So you did know that it was turned on, or you had a pretty good inclination, right? I mean, after all, what was the very first thing you did when I walked up to your counter, Carlos? You asked to look at my phone and check my setting. So I think it's a fair assumption that most people probably have it turned on because it's turned on by default. They have no clue to turn it off and may not wish to turn it off. Hey, man, listen, the feature, I appreciate it, Apple. That's great. But you better fucking let me know when you're going to turn a feature on for me that limits what I can do with my own equipment. Because now I can't upgrade my phone, right? So I said, you know, if you'd put that at the kiosk, we wouldn't be having this conversation, Carlos. It's called being proactive, preemptive, using our brains. Y'all, I was pissed off. So waste of my time, but it gets worse. So then I proceed to go home so that I can turn off this feature, which I do. And in order to try to avoid standing in this obnoxious line again, I went online. I scheduled an appointment for yesterday for 1:30. Y'all, I didn't leave until after 3:40, over 2 hours. And all I should have had to have been able to do is like pull out a new phone, turn it on, set the old phone on it. You know how it transfers automatically? That's the beauty of an iPhone. So simple, right? But mine wouldn't do it because it was an Anchor. And y'all, it wasn't that old. It was a 15 plus or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't an old phone. It didn't work, which is why I needed a new one. Again, all of this could have been avoided if people had just, you know, used their brains. Anyways, I don't know if y'all knew about this feature. Maybe you do. I realize I'm not always in the know on this stuff. I'm not hip like some of y'all. But in case somebody needed to know this, I just want to tell you, make sure you turn this feature off. This one that I'm posting here, okay? Make sure you turn that off before you leave the house. Before you get to the store. Otherwise, you're going to sit your happy ass there at least an hour. Yesterday, it was over 2 hours with it turned off. So, you know, there's that. I hope you all had a better weekend than that. And talk to you soon.